Hello and welcome to Elecspo. Right, the season's over, which now means the transfer window's open. No one knows what to expect this summer following the impact of COVID, which has impacted the economy across the globe. But on Football Manager 2015, all is well. There's no global health crisis in the summer of 2020, and the summer transfer window has gone on as normal. The only difference is the prices. While nowadays players are coming and going for £100 million or more, the money being thrown around is a bit less on Football Manager 2015. So today we're going to look at the 15 most expensive transfers in the summer of 2020 according to Football Manager 2015. 15. Isa Suleiman, Aston Villa to Middlesbrough for £12.5 million. Hold your horses, this isn't a regen. Isa Suleiman is a real footballer, despite the fact that most of you probably haven't even heard of him. The issue is, his Football Manager career is very different to his real life career. In reality he's playing for Vitória in Portugal, having filled a break in the first team at Aston Villa. But on Football Manager, he's one of 2020's most expensive players. He's had a couple of years in the Premier League which were enough to convince BORDEAUX to splash out £12.5 million, but I've got no idea why, because if you look at his averages, he's been pretty grim. This is going to be a weird video, and it gets off to a really odd start. 14. Lucas MOURA, CRUZEIRO to Real Madrid, £14 million. The Tottenham star is a Galactico on Football Manager 2015, having briefly had to go back to Brazil to rebuild his career. While in reality he went from PSG to Spurs, MOURA just let his contract run down in Paris and afterwards returned to Brazil with CRUZEIRO. Clearly he knew something we didn't though, as he now earned himself a £14 million move to Real Madrid, which is a lot less than PSG paid for him all those years ago. He got off to a hot start as well, finding the net on his debut. 13. Federico Bonazzolis, Sampdoria to Arsenal, £15.25 million. On FM 2015 there were a lot of Italian wonder kids who in reality never amounted to much. Bonazzoli is now 23 and has done okay for Sampdoria in Serie A, but he's nowhere near as good as Football Manager thought he'd be. The striker scored more than 20 goals in each of his last 4 Serie A seasons, which in the real world would make him one of the world's best strikers, and certainly a man who would cost a lot more than £15.25 million. 12. JAIRO RIEDEWALD, West Ham to Man City, £16 million. We all know about JAIRO RIEDEWALD. He's the once highly rated versatile Dutchman who can barely get a game with Roy Hodgson despite doing pretty damn good whenever he dons the red and blue stripes. But on FM 15, back when he was still just a bundling ball of potential, he's found himself at Man City costing £16 million. All is not what it seems though, as the poor bug is already in the reserves and has struggled every time he plays in the Premier League, so God knows why Man City have spent so much money on him. 11. VACLAV CERNY, PSG to Man City, £16 million. Back to Man City, and this isn't the last time they'll feature in this video. After spending £16 million on JAIRO RIEDEWALD and putting him straight in the reserves, things are going a bit better for VACLAV CERNY, although that wouldn't take much. Just getting to train with the first team would be a win. The Czech winger is yet another player in this video who didn't live up to his Football Manager hype, although in this simulation he's not really living up to it either, having barely played in the past few years for PSG. 10. Vitor Carvalho, Schalke to Bayern Munich, £17.25 million. We're getting close to that elusive £20 million mark, and we've also got our first regen of the day. Hooray! I was about to say this guy looks absolutely class based on his averages, then I realised most of the time he's been playing has been for the reserves. But nearly £20 million for a player that is only 19 and barely has any first team experience, this is probably the most realistic transfer so far. If he wasn't a fake player and had the least sounding German name ever. Number 9. Brian Cristante, Benfica to Liverpool, £17.25 million. Will Liverpool spend this much money this summer? Fans will pray so, but this incarnation Liverpool are not Premier League champions at all, and are still actually managed by Brendan Rodgers. Cristante arrives from Benfica having been excellent in Portugal, but early on he struggled with the pressure of wearing the number 7 at Liverpool. Maybe he needs to challenge in a James Milner and have a cup of tea, or go the other way and chew on a shoulder like Luis Suarez. Number 8. ADAMA KOFFI, Bordeaux to Juventus, £18 million. It's regen number 2 everyone, and another player called ADAMA who's absolutely rapid. Great. ADAMA KOFFI is a young French striker who cost a small fortune in this Football Manager universe, and when you compare his goals to another man in this video, Federico BONAZZOLIS, you can't help but feel Juventus have been a bit ripped off. But let's not write KOFFI off just yet, that would be unfair and mean towards the fake computer generated player. Number 7. Yuri Tielemans, Arsenal to Chelsea, £18.5 million. Sometimes on Football Manager you get players who can be great on one simulation, then awful on another. On my own season, Tielemans is one of the best players in the world at Juventus, whilst on this one he's doing a tour of the biggest clubs in England without having to score a goal or even get an assist. Why on earth have Chelsea spent this much money for a man who just got a season average of 6.57 and cost £3.7 million a year earlier? There's absolutely no reason why he's suddenly 6 times more expensive a year on. Getting Tielemans for that much money would be a bargain in reality, but it's daylight robbery in this simulation. Number 6, Javier Ribeiro, Real Sociedad to PSG, £22.5 million. Yep, it's regen time again, and our first player costing more than £20 million. Yes, the same fee that would buy you Dominic Solanke in this day and age gets you one of the most expensive in the world in Football Manager 2015. Javier Ribeiro seems to be worth it though, as Spanish right back has been wonderful in La Liga and is now far too good to be playing in the Farmers League that is Ligue 1. A cheap gag I know, I can only apologise to everyone involved and that have been impacted by this horrendous crack. Number 5, Jose Barbosa, Barcelona to Tottenham, £22.5 million. Christ, I thought this was a funny idea to begin with, but I'm wholeheartedly regretting it now. Barbosa is a 19-year-old Portuguese midfielder, and despite being the 5th most expensive player of the summer, he's actually an absolute bargain. When you look at how well he was doing, I haven't got a clue why Barcelona sold him. But their loss is Tottenham's gain, who were weirdly managed by former Norwich boss Alex Neil. Number 4, Ruben Neves, Porto to Barcelona, £24 million. Okay, so maybe this is the reason that Barcelona sold that Portuguese lad, as they basically signed another for absolutely nothing. Imagine if someone signed Ruben Neves this summer for £24 million, it would be absolutely crazy. You'd imagine he'd fetch closer to 60 or 70 million. Neves is great today and on Football Manager, although maybe Nuno needs to tap into the fact that he can seemingly play right back. Hey, it's news to me. Number 3, SERGI SAMPER, Barcelona to Manchester City, £28 million. The midfield merry-go-round at Barcelona continues, and I just don't understand what's going on. Samper have been excellent at the new camp, but now they're sent to City for a huge fee in the virtual world of Football Manager. That's better than in reality though, with the one sought after Samper now playing his football in Japan for Vissel Kobe after having his Barcelona contract terminated. Number 2, Sergio Fredua, Athletic Bilbao to Atletico Madrid, £29.5 million. Sick of it, I'm absolutely sick of it. No, I'm not doing it anymore, sorry. Sorry about that. It's another regen and our final offering of fake footballers, and a man who actually never played for Bilbao. Yet somehow they managed to get just shy of £30 million for the Spanish defender, who's been on loan the past 2 seasons. No matter what happens in the world, whether it's the prices of footballers going up by loads, or a global health crisis that puts us all in lockdown and in an incredible state of panic and uncertainty, there is one certainty, and that's that Atletico Madrid absolutely love a centre-back. And finally, number 1, Keita Balde, Lazio to PSG, £36 million. And there we have it, the most expensive player of 2020 according to Football Manager 2015 is Keita Balde, and all he cost was £36 million. That's less than Joe Linton, and he wasn't even nearly the most expensive player around last year. Keita has joined Moneybag's PSG, who is still splashing the cash on FM, although not to the same extent as in reality where they managed to get Neymar and Mbappe in the same year. Will Keita have the same impact in Paris? Who cares, they're going to win anyway. So there we have it, those are the 15 most expensive transfers of the 2020 summer transfer window according to Football Manager 2015. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo, and until next time we will see you around.